Good morning, Stanton. This is an attempt of a video based on a question that someone had on one of my videos about the new inventory system. How do you transfer items from one ship to another? So I thought I would take out the MSR, you can see the MSR here, and try to transfer some goods from it to another vehicle. So I've already put a few things in here from the inventory of the local inventory of Area 18, and I didn't really seem to find anything problem with that. Just drag it over, put it in, no problem. So I thought I would go to a moon. So I'm going to go over to Lyra and go to, I think it was Shubin, and take out a vehicle there, some ground vehicles, and give that a go. So that was my original intention. You'll see that I didn't quite get all of that. So the part of the video of me actually speaking and talking in here while I'm doing this is part of a newer video where I'm going to film the second part and get that out there, at least showing what I found out. How you transfer goods, or even if it's possible. But this turned into kind of a two-parter video of me, just the beginning of me just trying to get some goods into the vehicle with different vehicles that I found, as well as there'll be a little bit of rock mining and selling of goods in a rock, showing you what I found as far as the 3.15 current patch, the PTU patch, how selling rock minables from your rock works, and some issues that some people might find if they're trying this out, and maybe how it's going to be. But I won't know until the patch is out whether or not that'll work. So remember, Platinum Bay here, always got the blue tower and the two platforms here. I'm heading in, and I'm going to get myself a couple of different land vehicles and just put them into the MSR and try to transfer things from one to another. First vehicle I looked at was the PTV, the personal transport vehicle. I wasn't even sure if it had cargo. You can see I have to claim all these ships. The PTV, ridiculously fast to claim. It is a 2-second claim in order to claim this vehicle. So not bad at all if you're wanting to claim that. I might have did I claim the rock at the same time. I did. The rock used to be longer. It's 14 seconds. I don't know if that's part of the PTU because I remember it dropped down to 47 seconds, which is still not much at all, but now 14, pretty quick. So I'm claiming that, and then I'm taking out the PTV. So I'm going over to there, and when I put stuff into the rock, I basically just had to stand in the rock and open my personal inventory, and I could drag things from either what I'm wearing or from my local inventory into the MSR. So on here, right next to it, open personal inventory, and there is nothing really. I have my personal inventory, which I don't have anything on, and the local inventory, nothing showing up. I wasn't sure if I had to be in the vehicle, wasn't sure how that would work, or even if the PTV has any inventory at all. So I get in, and I tried using my personal thought bubble for that, and I really couldn't find any way to access inventory in this vehicle. So I'm still not 100% sure if that was useful, if it's something that I'd be able to do. So I got back out again, because sometimes when you get out of the vehicle, until you run away, you're still part of their zone. You have like the radio signal that you're getting from your vehicle. So I got out and I tried accessing my inventory again, and it didn't really make a huge difference. Still nothing. So I thought, well, I'll try putting it inside the MSR, and we'll see once it's in the MSR if there's any vehicle inventory that shows up for the PTV. So that was my first attempt, was this little electric golf cart. Really useless. Good if you're wanting to get around your hangar. Unfortunately, the hangar isn't really an available module at the moment. It is fun to drive around, but it's just there's really not much use for the PTV. But there it is in the hangar, and so I get out and I try the or sorry, not the hangar. Well, I guess it's the hangar, the ship hold. And so I get out and I try personal inventory again, and now we have, you can see vehicles, only the Mercury Star Runner, the Crusader ship, is the only thing that's showing up, not the PTV. So I'm like, well, maybe there's no inventory in that. So then I go and I try out the next, which is the Dragonfly. Get onto the Dragonfly. Again, I couldn't access any inventory from outside. I'm not sure if maybe there's a cargo hold, if there's like a little area where I can access from the outside. I tried selecting those panniers, I wasn't able to. Ignore my flying. Obviously, I've never tried to put this into a ship before, so there must be a way to lower this. I just didn't really think about it, and I just got it in there, and then I powered it down, and I got off. And once again, kind of tried all the same things. Tried to access the inventory of the ship, and I only have the MSR showing up. So once again, that's all that I have. I don't have any way to access the inventory of any other ship in here. So then I thought, I'm going to grab a ship that I know absolutely has inventory in it, even though it's just storage of gems, which is the Grey Cat ROC, one of my favorite ships. So here I am trying to access the panties again, making sure there's absolutely no glove box or storage box that I missed. So I've got the Grey Cat ROC, and I didn't even notice, but you may have noticed in the background there, the lack of an MSR. So for some reason, taking out this ship, this car, caused everything else to despawn. Possibly because I had taken out a total of 3 things. I'm not sure if that's why, but I didn't notice until I take this corner and turn around here, and the MSR's gone. That's when I noticed, and I'm like, okay, MSR's gone. Really not much that I can do now. I'm trapped on a planet. I could ask for help. I could just log out and log back in and hope I show up. But I thought, well, I'm in the Grey Cat. Let's switch focus, and we're going to go try doing some rock mining and seeing if that's really improved with 315 versus 314. So on to rock mining. At this point, I've started to see some gems that's shown up. They're over there, you can see. So I'm just kind of aiming towards them, but I prefer to drive in third-person view. It's a lot easier, a lot less seasickness inducing to do something like that. And I'm getting up, and there's the gems. I think they're aphrite, and so I thought, I'm going to mine them. It takes about 2 minutes to mine these rocks, not long at all. So first things first, scanning, checking it out, scanning, and then hitting it with the laser, and it didn't rescan. That's a good thing. I tried, I purposely went up high to turn the laser off and on again just to see if it rescans. It did not, so that's an improvement over the last patch. Mining has gotten better in that regard. Also, the scanning seemed to be faster, and I'm just kind of working on this rock here, and I'm going to try extraction. Extraction usually took a bit of a pause and then would suck up the gems, so I was going to see if that's improved, since things like inventory and picking and stowing item up seems to have improved. So we've broken this gem here, and do I do the second one? I do the second one. Now here's an issue I have with mining, and I hope they fix, is that because of the angle of my laser beam, good luck seeing my progress. I think I went a little bit high originally because I can't really see the green that I'm aiming for, and so right there I'm a little high and I had to wait. So I'm able to kind of sort of see it, but everything's blurry because I've got water on my face mask and the laser beam, so not really a fan of how that looks as far as the visual clues and telling me whether or not I've gotten it mined. But I mined pretty quick, and now I go to extraction mode, and this is the big issue I've noticed. Look at what is happening to these gems. They're not really sucking in, they're just kind of flinging all over the place. And I found that what it takes is almost backing up and moving it around, trying to suck them in. So there's something going on here which is holding these in hard. You can see the aphrite is going in. I got 22, 29, 40, 50. It is bringing in the aphrite. You can see the left corner there. But the way they're winging around, the way that some are flying, and I'm going to have to go kind of back up and find them later, this is something that is definitely not working the way it should. And so it's kind of a weird visual thing happening as the gems are being pulled up and then just swung all over the place. So I figure what I'm going to do now is I'm going to figure out how to sell these gems. So once I get them all extracted, I'm going to be heading back towards the mining center, and we'll try to mine them there. So you see I'm having to go and collect all these ones that have flown all over the place now. Back up, re-aim, try again. A few more now, and then we'll be heading back to mine. So some improvements and then some issues with mining. So I'm hoping in a later patch, by the time 3.15 comes out, I'll be putting a new rock mining tutorial, and hopefully all this will be fixed up. Scanning maybe will be a bit better. So I'm now heading back to the mining center. I really wasn't that far at all. I didn't go that far, so I know where I am. Otherwise, I don't know, it might be kind of hard to remember where you are and to navigate. Being able to set waypoints would actually be a pretty interesting thing. So I'm heading back. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to store my ship. So I'm going into the Platinum Bay landing services and comms. And here's something I've noticed. through some sort of HUD, whether you're inside or outside of your view, even third person. But in vehicle, it doesn't seem to be working. Vehicle, I can see my landing zone showing up there, but as soon as I'm in a third person, and I was sure that was not the case with ships, with like spaceships. So I'm gonna have to check to see. So I've landed there, shut off my engines, and I'll get out and I'll store the ship. But I think I might check inventory first to see. I hadn't checked yet if inventory worked the same way. So I'm gonna go to the back of the ROC and access the cargo bay, and it works kind of the same way as it did before. You can see my personal inventory, local inventory. So personal inventory, I'm gonna do a split. So you're doing a left click, and then you can split. You can choose how many you want. I wasn't really wearing a backpack, just chest armor. So when I split this here, 14, definitely too many. Not enough room in there. So I split it again, smaller. It's 5 this time. And then from there, that's perfect. I got 5 in there just to try. And so I'm gonna exit inventory and go and store the ship now. Somehow forgetting where the entrance is. Oh, this might be where something weird happened too. Oh yeah, I don't know what happened. I open the door and I fall down, laying on the ground. And I got back up. By then the door's closed. I really don't know what caused that, but that was kind of a weird thing that happened. But at least I didn't die. One thing I found out later, I might show it on here, is a way to wipe your visor too, to get all these water drops off. So that's a pretty good action. It's something you do with your personal action in there, holding down F. So hopefully I showed how to do that. So I'm heading over to the terminal here, and I figure, all right, let's try selling. So I'm going to click on sell, select location, and it's just my chest armor. That's the only thing that showed up. The gray cat didn't show up. So I was worried that something happened and it didn't store right, and so I had to see. I'm trying to select location and nothing else let me go. So I'm going to go back out and I'm going to take the gray cat out and I'm going to try again. So I thought maybe it didn't work. It used to be able, you could store it, you could have it sitting on the ground, didn't matter where it was, as long as it was within a certain range, you'd be able to. So number 2, take the gray cat back out. It says it's at the mining facility, and I'm sure hoping it still has gems in its inventory and something didn't go wrong. So I thought I'm gonna go check again, just make sure. Still got gems. In fact, it still got the 2 piles I had. Excellent. So I'm gonna get in it and I'm gonna drive it closer to the location. I left it on the pad, I think. Try again. Buy. Mercury Star Runner showing up. Interesting, since it's no longer there. That's the part that confuses me. Select location, not there. So now I drive it off the platform. And I'm going to drive it right to out front of the building. And once again, I'm thinking, how do you sell? Am I going to have to unload everything by hand? I'm wondering if this was in the back of a Star Runner. If it was in the back of a Star Runner, would it work? It might. That I'm going to have to check. But again, Star Runner, even though it says it's there, is missing. So I get out. I'm right by the selling area, the storage area. Try again. Sell. Nothing. It's not there. So I get in, and I figure I'm going to put it on the platform now. Put it on the platform. Get out. And I will tell you now, I do figure out how to sell goods. So we will find a working combination. This is just everything I've tried. I go back, try to sell. Absolutely nothing there. So now I'm thinking, what do you do? What do I need to do? And I was about to try taking things out in a box. Because before you could unload everything that was in the Grey Cat into a storage box that you could basically carry around. I don't see that option here. So instead, I was thinking, okay, how do I do this? I learned one thing. When you click drop, you just drop them on the ground. You can see I just dropped the gem straight down. So drop item, we'll just take the items and drop them to the ground. What I did is I tried dragging it onto the outside so it wouldn't work. Core armor wouldn't work. I hit local, and I'm able to drop everything into the local inventory. So now if I leave and come back, it's supposed to be all those gems are here at Shubin. At the same time, I thought, oh, I dropped a gem on the ground. So I couldn't store it. Wouldn't let me store it. I think because there's actually that pile is a bigger pile because I dropped like 5 of them. So I was able to pick it up and carry it. I don't remember if I ever sold it or not, but that's something I did. So I run in, and I'm going to try to see if it's in local. And I will tell you now, this is what worked. But what worries me is it local for me or is it local? If I start dragging all my gems into the local inventory and someone else is here, can they sell them? And if that's the case, it might be cool if you're working with friends and you're all working with rocks and mining and you want to all be able to like share money. That'd be a way. Again, look at, I can buy from my Star Runner, which isn't here. That part confuses me. But then I thought, okay, Shubin, let's check. There's some Aphrodite. So that's how I sold it. I don't know if that is crossed to other players. So that's something I'm going to have to check too. If you put gems into a local inventory in a mining center, can someone else sell them? It'd be good when you're working with a group. It can be bad if someone's just hanging out there taking everyone's things that they're buying and trying to sell. So hopefully they fix how you sell goods. Here I am looking at this guy, shaking my head. What is wrong with this system? But that's it. That is my experience of how to mine and how to sell gems. So hopefully it helped. It's not what I tried to do. I'm going to still work on the inventory transferring between ships video, and we'll get that out. But I just thought I'd show you what I've been dealing with as far as the PTU. I'm not expecting much because there's always big bugs. That's why it's released in waves. Hopefully when 3.15 comes out, I'll get an awesome tutorial on the changes to mining. Hopefully I'll figure out medical. Hopefully I'll figure out inventory, at least enough to get some people that are a bit confused started. Until next time, enjoy the video, and I hope to see you soon. Don't forget, like and subscribe. My subscriptions, I'd like to get some more. I'm at over 200 now, which is awesome, but I'd certainly like to get more than that. So please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more videos. And check out the other ones I have, including some of my tutorials, which may be out of date in a few weeks.